Today I'll be showing the horrific but beautiful side of the World Wide Web. The internet is like the yin and yang symbol. There is bad in the good and bad in the good. There are plenty of good things on the internet. Some people are nice and they're just to help each other, try to make a nice wholesome community on forums or social media like Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, etc. But with the good comes the bad, and the internet shows the most putrid side of humanity. There's a ton of horrible, distasteful stuff on there, like racism, homophobia, transphobia, and all that stuff, etc. And darker things like child content and pedophilia. And the internet houses the worst of humanity, but also houses the best of humanity. I know I put a lot of cons and not a lot of pros, but the truth is the good side of the internet is just normal, just a positive and helpful community in which you can just hang out and enjoy your time on it with other people. Well, let's get into some more lighthearted topics. Memes. Memes are the heart of internet culture and the life of some people. Memes are like clay. You can make them into anything you want. You could make something funny or offensive or something bizarre. Memes come in different shapes. They sometimes intertwine with real life and make memes about real life events and people, and sometimes news. Um, uh, Memes bring people together and just help people socialize most of the time. Another downside to the internet is just social media in general and its hive mind mentality. I personally dislike it, but it could be used for some good. What I mean by the hive mind is a large group of people that just do the rest as the flock of people do. And each social media has one, some bigger than others like Reddit or Twitter or even 4chan. This hive mind might cancel people just because of a thing they did back countless of years back or just a recent allegations. But why I dislike the hive mind mentality is because they're mostly sheep, and they don't really look at the facts of the statement and just do the same as all the other people. And most of them don't cancel people for a good reason, but there are some good cases of people getting canceled for a good reason. And there are other cases where people actually solve crimes. Well, a good internet culture guide must talk about the natives. And if I told you about every group on the internet, this video would be countless of hours long. Well, we'll talk about some surface level types of people on the internet. Most of these are stereotypes, but these are sort of accurate. First off is the regular person, and this is self-explanatory. They're just normal. On to the next one, the Twitter user. There are many Twitter users, but I'm gonna clump them all up together for time's sake. But the normal Twitter user is most likely a snowflake and gets kind of offended at mostly anything, and they're most likely quote-unquote woke. They're probably social justice warriors, and kind of activists. Let's get on to the other one, Reddit users. Reddit users are basically people that think that they're intellectuals, like they're the smartest of the bunch, but in reality, they're just dumb as everyone else. And they're just on top of memes and stuff, and they just dislike others' opinions, and a good chunk of them are very toxic, but that's guaranteed with any group of people on the internet and in real life. Let's get on to the weirder people and more toxic people on the internet. These are the disorder fakers, this is self-explanatory. Most of these fake disorders like DID, Tourette's, and all that stuff, and they're mostly Gen Z, but they're not really respected by anyone, and they're just overall annoying and just want attention. And now we get to one of the most annoying people, in my opinion, and which I encounter most on the internet, is the 14-year-old historian, which a lot of them are edgy, kind of like Nazis. They just focus on World War I or II, and they only talk about war, and they're just the most hateful people you might encounter on the internet, and they just blab about like World War One and World War Two and all that crap. The SJWs, or the social justice warriors, just sucks the fun out of everything, games and more. They just try to feed your agenda into everything, and I just ignore them. These are the type of people that just come out of the top of my head. Overall, you might see some wonderful stuff on the internet. Overall, you might see some wonderful things on the internet and such wholesome content, but the internet just shows the bad side of humanity, but it shows the best as well. Memes are kind of like the art of the internet and just show ideas and our canvases for your expressions. The thing that I dislike about the internet is the hive mind mentality, because it could destroy somebody's career, sometimes justified, but they do some good to the community. There is a lot of weird people and a lot of faithful people on here, but it's a yin and yang situation. There's good in the bad and bad in the good. But the internet is just an overall wonderful but disgusting place. But you can navigate it and its people and some of its cultures. So, bye.